You know, I was thinking about how YouTube and how much my life is different since I've started all of this, and how many new people and how many new friends I've made from all this, and how my life has changed from the money that I've been able to make through YouTube. And I just wanted to come on and make a video about the perspective shift that I've had, because it really does feel like I'm not even the same person. Looking back on a few things, you know, a lot of things in life happen so fast, you don't ever really have time to sit back and enjoy or lament on things while they're happening. It's just bang, 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 bang. Things happen and you just gotta kind of deal with it in the moment. One of the videos that I'm thinking about doing is like a draw my life. I haven't really decided whether I want to do like the entire video all in one go, or whether I want to do like episodic segments. That would be kind of cool. If you want to see something like that, let me know in the comments. That'd be really cool. YouTube has just completely changed the entire way that I think about life, how I come up with new ideas, how I infer with people. Just, it's changed everything. For starters, I can honestly say I never realized just how hard it would be to come up with new, unique ideas that you don't feel like anybody else is doing, or that have been overdone. Do you guys have any idea? There really is nothing new under the sun. Every idea has already been done, and done is better than perfect. I'm here to tell you that for sure, which is why I'm recording this video, because I'd rather just have a video that you guys could watch than a perfect video of me taking a shopping cart into a grocery store and buying all the gallons of milk that I could possibly buy, which would be a hilarious video. I don't know if you guys wanted to see something like that, just let me know in the comments too. That'd be really funny. I've even thought about doing like a day in my life videos, man. Just coming up with new content has been one of the hardest challenges that I've ever had to do, besides getting my programming degree, but I love it, and there's not a damn thing I would rather be doing besides this. What I really like most of all, though, is how it's taught me to think. I've really started to slow down and make good choices. I'm not as impulsive. My financial, responsibility, discipline has gone way up. I'm really happy about that. I have developed this amazing YouTube community with you all throughout this entire process, whether you watch the drum live streams, or whether you watch the reacts, or whether you watch anything on the channel, or even the 50 episodes of the Reality Decoded that we have as well. I've dabbled in so many different topics trying to find out what exactly the niche is for this channel. I don't even really know what the purpose of this channel is anymore, other than engage-otainment and just being myself, just the pursuit of happiness, because I love making videos, I love being creative, and I love just putting myself out there for you all to see. And I'm definitely going to be cutting a lot of this video down. One of the things that I didn't foresee starting YouTube back in 2008 is just exactly how much work and learning goes into it. Josh and I commonly talk about this last year, how YouTube and learning and everything has been literally like a college course for us, because we condensed it down in, just a couple of months. And then not to mention to make the decision in March to do the reacts, and then to have that pop off, because never in a million years would I have ever thought that my opinion or what I've learned throughout life would be interesting or educational to anybody, but you all have made me feel so welcome, and I can't thank you all enough. And seriously, that's why I say thank you in every video. What you see is what you get. That's a rule of programming, WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get, and that's who I am, and that's who you are, and I like you just the way that you are, because you watch my videos, and I love you. We're just gonna keep creating content. It literally is like 20-hour days, and it's been like this every day for the last 5 years minimum, learning everything from video editing to how to present yourself, proper thumbnails. The main thing that I have learned from all of this, and if there's any motivation that I can actually give you, is you have to infuse yourself into action. Life is not something that happens to you. It's supposed to happen for you. Your life is not your education. Your life is your hopes and dreams that you put into action. Don't ever stop working towards your dreams. Okay, look at me. I had a house fire on November 6th, and I have this beautiful studio, and I'm very happy about what I've been able to accomplish. And if there's anything that you can take from this video as a rewardism, take it that, if you walk a path long enough, a path will be cleared, and you can walk it more. So it's worth it. Another quote that comes to my brain is that I love: good comes to he who waits, but it comes quicker to he who works his ass off while he waits. Don't ever forget that. So you gotta work your ass off. You gotta learn. You gotta always be hungry. I have a video in my YouTube somewhere that's like, always be hungry. You have to want it every day. And the only reason that is because no human being is made to do stuff like this naturally. You have to build the synapses and the everything psychologically jargony. You have to build that. You have to build it. It's not something that happens naturally. It really isn't. And if you're one of those gifted students who had something happen to you naturally as a kid, and now as an adult, you had overestimated expectations, and now you're kind of disappointed in life, something that nobody ever teaches you when you grow up is you have to create your own sense of urgency. Like, things were important to you as a kid, like your doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, stuff like that, because your parents were constantly dragging you around. But As an adult, when you have no ball and chain or no obligations or anything to anybody else except yourself, and you can break your own rules, it becomes a little bit easier to kind of let things go by the wayside. And one other thing that I've noticed about YouTube lately is that everything kind of seems to be recycling the same ideas. I don't know exactly what's going on. I wonder why people aren't really coming up with creative new ideas lately. Josh and I were talking about this just today. About how not only how difficult it is to come up with new ideas, but just kind of doing things that aren't cliche or cookie cutter or any filler word that you want to put in for things that have been done a million times already. I think trope, just doing a trope is the word for it in Hollywood. And if there's anything that we could ever do on the channel that would be interesting to you all, you know, we're always open to suggestions, but we're always going to be putting our feelers out there doing new types of content because we love you guys. And like I said, this is what we do. Hell, we even had an idea for a goofy podcast style where Josh would be in a chair and I'd be in a chair and we'd have talking heads because I'm an animator, and that would be really fun to do because we'd be able to do it sort of talk show style and talk about different ideas and just make it funny and just whatever. It is what it is. There's so many ideas floating around. It's hard to do them all. That's why you got to choose. And that's the last thing I'm going to leave you with in this video is that the hardest thing you'll ever have to do is learn how to make a choice. With every choice you make, you know that there's something you're leaving behind. Just sacrifice, man. Personal sacrifice. And if there's any piece of advice that I could ever give you about personal sacrifice, the things you let go, all right, if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, it's yours. And usually when it does come back to you, it's like tenfold, which is amazing. Don't ever forget that, okay? I love you. And if there's anything I could ever do, talk. I'm always around to chat. Anything. Talk to you guys later.